What's going on, guys? This is Miasin, and it is that time again where we will be reviewing a lot of pack filler garbage. I want to say probably most of these cards, if not all of the cards that I will be reviewing today, except maybe for one or two, are so incredibly bad that they are basically official dead content and will never see the light of day. So it's at least gonna be funny, but not really relevant for the meta. Anyways, before this video starts, make sure you like and subscribe. Check me out on Twitch and Instagram, blah, 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 blah. It's really important to smash the like button, by the way. It has been scientifically proven that it increases your lifespan and also your happiness, and also my happiness. That's the most important thing. Nah, I'm just kidding. Anyways, I'm not really kidding, and I kind of am. The first card is S-Force Night Chaser. Link 1 Dark Cyber Slink Effect Monster. Finally, man. S-Force needed a Link 1. Thank you, Konami. Materials, fantastic. I literally couldn't ask for any better. You can only use the second effect of this card's once per turn. Each of your Each of your opponent's monster in the same column as one of your S-Force monsters cannot target monsters in that column for attacks. Absolute garbage. Second effect, during the main phase quick effect, you can target one S-Force monster you control, shuffle it into the deck, then you can special summon one of your banished S-Force monsters. You had one job and you managed to mess it up. Like, why did it have to be one of your banished S-Force monsters? I play the deck. I understand the deck very, very well. Like, literally most of the combo videos on YouTube are from my channel. And I can tell you that this is absolutely not what the deck needed. There's already ways of reviving back monsters from the banished, but outside of Chiyomaru, there's pretty much no way of really getting monsters from the deck, so this is garbage. Like, absolute dog shit. And again, you're trading one monster for another monster, and then you're using the effect of this to trade another monster for another monster. You're never going +1, you're only breaking even, and you're also not really turning this card into anything relevant. So, yeah, this is just ass. Like, it could have been just, like, on the summon, search an S-Force card, or during the main phase, quick effect, like, I don't know, like, shuffle back a monster, summon a monster from the deck, something like that. Like, obviously, if it just replaced by, like, banished by summon from the deck, it would have been, like, so much better, but, yeah, this is ass cheeks. Anyways, the next card is Dual Avatar Leon Envoy's Ahun. What the hell? 2 Dual Avatar monsters, level 4. Ooh, instant fusion, maybe? This card gains these effects based on the original names of the fusion materials used for its summon. Oh, never mind. Instant fusion is useless. Dual Avatar Empowered Kongyu. If your Dual Avatar monster battles, its attack becomes 3000 during the damage calculation only. Dual Avatar Empowered Mitsujaku. Once per opponent's turn, quick effect, you can target one card on the field, banish it. I think that's actually not too bad. If this fusion summon card is destroyed, you can special summon one Dual Avatar Fist Yuhi and one Kokuku from the deck. And if you do, they cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects this turn. Alright, I mean, at least there's something that you can do with this. Like, it's an interruption on the opponent's turn and it floats. So I'm not going to be talking too much crap. The next one is the Boundless Open Land Field Spell. Ugh. If your opponent special summons a Ritual Fusion Synchro Xyz and Relic monster, you can activate one. I swear to God, what the hell is this? You can activate one of these effects, but you can only use each effect of this card's once per turn. Add one Fallen of Albaz or one monster that mentions it from your deck to your hand, and then special summon one Fallen of Albaz or one monster that mentions it from your hand. So this card is, like, actually really bad. It doesn't do anything right away, like, on your own turn. It's a very reactive field spell. Even if this was, like, a continuous trap, it still would have been, like, absolute trash. So why the hell would you ever want to search this over anything else that the branded Despia deck can do? Like, there are better cards to play. This card does not, like, get you anything started. You're gonna be searching a Fallen of Albaz or a monster that mentions it way too late, when you can just be playing, like, branded Lost, that is just, like, so much faster, and even protects your fusion monsters from, like, Veiler and stuff like that when you summon them. So yeah, this card is absolute crap. Alright. Now we're moving into the newly revealed cards. So Tonton, quick play spell, you can only use the second effect of this card's once per turn. Target one face-up monster on the field if its current attack or defense, attack, defense, and or level are higher than their original values. They become their respective original values. Then pay life points in multiple of 100? What? During your main phase, if your life points are equal to your opponent's and this card is in your grave, you can set this card to your field. Alright, there's literally nothing that I can think of with this card. It quite literally does nothing of value, so I'm not even gonna bother. Next one is a full active Duper X. Wind Cyberus effect level 9! Bruv, okay. Wow, I mean, that's a big-ass Cyberus monster, Jesus. You can only use the first and third effect of this card's once per turn. You can banish 2 Link monsters from your grave, special summon this card from your hand! Not even from the hand or grave, what? Oh, man, and banishing 2 Link monsters it's something, right? Your Link monsters can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. Yeah, okay. I mean, if If it allowed them to just, like, attack twice, it would have been better, but 2 attacks on monsters, I've seen better. If this card is sent to the grave, you can target one Cybers monster you control, it gains 1,000 attack. Nah, just nah, this is not it. Like, this card really does nothing. Like, why would you play this card if you can just play, like, better Cybers extenders? And it's a level 9, it's super bricky. You can only really do something with it when you already have your stuff going. So I genuinely cannot think of anything positive to say about this card. Alright, so a lot of absolute dog shit, 0 out of 10 so far. Now we've got Harvest Angel of Doom, Dark Fairy Pendulum, Pendulum skill of 8, level 4. You can only use the Pendulum effect of this card once per turn. During your main phase, you can destroy this card, and if you do, add 1 Black Horn of Heaven from your deck to your hand. If I recall correctly, this one... shit, I forgot actually. Maybe, like, you have to tribute and then negate a summon? No, that's the regular Horn of Heaven. Oh, no, it negates any inherent summon of, like, a monster, I think, for free. Yeah, so this one is the one that tributes. I believe you can only use a monster effect. You can only use the first and second monster effect of this card's once per turn. If this card is normal or pendulum summon, you can add 1 Horn of Heaven from your deck to your hand. Ugh. I mean, yeah, it's not really good. If it was like any Horn of Heaven card, I think it would have been a little better, because I know the Great Horn of Heaven is actually not too bad. It used to be played like competitively in Heroes back in the days, because you were making your opponent draw a card, and then the Dark Law would kick in, making your opponent lose a card from the hand, and you're also skipping the phase that your opponent was in. So there are some cool plays that you could do with it. And if this card is tributed, you can place it in your Pendulum Zone. I have seen better. For a Pendulum card, it's not great. The Draco Slayers are obviously better, and Guiding Ariadne is a much better card than this, so you can search Solemn Strike and Solemn Judgment, so that's just always better than searching Black Horn of Heaven, meaning that this card has no utility whatsoever. You really don't want to search cards that you don't even want to draw, especially in a Pendulum deck. Now we got Sakitama, level 4 Light Fairy Spirit. Spirit monsters, for the most part, are dog shit. Like, Amano Iwato is a pretty good one that exists right now, but, like, even when you look at Yatagarasu, it's unplayable. So, yeah, it was good back in the days. There were some spirit monsters that were pretty decent. Tsukuyomi, Asura Priest, and there was, I think, another one. No, 2 others. The Searcher and the extra normal summon one. You can reveal this card in your hand immediately after this effect resolves. Normal summon 1 spirit monster from the hand. Okay, once per turn during the end phase of this card was normal or flip face up this turn, return it to the hand. Obviously, that's the staple effect of spirits. And if this card is tributed, you can target 1 spirit monster in your grave, add it to your hand. Okay, so this part of the effect is because the spirit archetype can also ritual summon. So I guess you can refund back your money by using this as a material and then getting bid back and stuff like that. But again, it does nothing to get your stuff going, and it's only decent if you already have, like, a stacked hand. But the issue with spirits is that they don't really play well going, like, second into boards. And going first, they do nothing, actually. You just summon a bunch of monsters that get bounced back to your hand on the end phase, and then you pass turn and you do nothing. So a nice deck, this card does nothing, and doesn't fix any of the issues that the deck previously had. Okay, Yukai no Rin no Kitsunebi Yaru... What the hell? Yurara? Bruv, try to say this 10 times fast. Yukai Nari no Kitsune... I'm not even gonna try. Fire Warrior, oh, Infernoble. Effect level 3, 200 attack, 19. You can only use the second effect of this card once per turn. All face-up monsters on the field become fire. If this card is in your grave and your opponent has a fire monster on the field or in their graveyard, you can special summon this card. The only way for me to, like, justify maybe this card would be in, like, an Infernoble heavy format. You can, like, turn Foolish Burial into, like, an extender going second. But, like, that's big copium. It still doesn't change the fact that even the best case scenario for this card is still ass cheeks. So, no, that's absolutely pathetic. But if you get ashed, your opponent will have a fire monster in the grave, meaning that you can revive back this card. But again, like, the best thing this card does is revive itself back from the graveyard once per turn. It's really not like you can say that it's, like, extraordinary. And again, I'm going to repeat myself. This is dead content because there are already cards in the game that do a much better job at extending your plays and stuff like that. So all the new cards that we're looking at right now, they really offer no unique value to Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, now we've got Ringo Worm, the 100 Apple Dragon, Light Dragon Tuner effect, level 2. You can only use the first and second effect of this card once per turn. If there is a face-up non-effect monster on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. During the turn you synchro summoned a synchro monster, you can banish this card from the hand. Special summon 100 Apple Token, Worm, Light, level 2, 100 attack, 100 defense. If this token is used as a synchro material, it can be treated as a tuner. Oh, well, that's actually not too bad. I do like that. That's probably the best card I've read up until now. So, let's see, you can, I mean, obviously if there's Needle Fiber and Link Cross in the format, this card is, like, unfair, because you're always gonna have, like, a non-effect monster on the field, but without Link Cross, it's a little hard to, like, generically have non-effects. I believe that you can still do that in, like, generic Cybers decks, because you have Link Disciple, so your Cybers monsters, even if you played no vanilla monsters in your deck, you can still generate tokens. And then this is a tuner, so you can go into like Metal Marsher, revive this back, and do some nice plays. And of course, you're going to be synchro summoning a monster, then you can use the graveyard effect and do some cool plays. So it's not like broken, but it's definitely, it doesn't suck actually. I might come up with some cool combos with this card, so pretty interesting card. I like it, so definitely some great potential. I'll give it like a 7.5 out of 10 probably. So yeah, maybe it could go up even more if I'm being maybe a little close-minded. I don't think so. I think this card is good. But now we've got the Pendulum Moon. Alright, so Light Spellcaster, level 1, Pendulum skill of 0, that's very interesting. Pendulum effect, you can only use the Pendulum effect of disguising once per turn during your main phase. You can add one face-up Pendulum monster. Oh, I just realized that. Oh no, it's not like any Pendulum monster. It has to have Pendulum in its name. Ugh. Yeah, anyways, from your extra deck to your hand and destroy this card. Not a lot of good options, I will tell you that right now. I think you can recycle back Double Iris, but it's not like fantastic. Monster effect, if you have 2 cards in your Pendulum zone, that's on the field. You can add up to 2 face-up Pendulum monsters from your extra deck to the hand, each with a level between, exclusive, the Pendulum scales of the cards in your Pendulum zone. Also, for the rest of the turn, unless you Pendulum summon after this effect resolves, you cannot activate monster effects, and the effects of any card in your Pendulum zones are negated. That is very similar to the drawback of Beyond the Pendulum. So I don't think that this card will see much play because of the fact that it's level 1. However, the fact that it's a Pendulum skill of 0 is not too bad. So I think this might have a little bit of potential, but not too much. I really don't think that Draco Slayer will really want to consider that, and same thing with Magician and Endymion. There's just better options. Not a big fan. Alright, Wannabe. That's a nice pun. Nicely done, Konami. Light Insect, level 2, 0 attack, 0 defense. Once per turn during the end phase, you can send this card from the hand or field to the grave. Excavate cards from the top of your deck equal to the number of your opponent's unoccupied spell and trap zone. And if you do, you can set one excavated trap, but send it to the graveyard during the next end phase. Also place the rest on the bottom of the deck in any order. You can get any excavated traps, but it's only traps, and I guess it's during the end phase, so not necessarily like during your end phase. You can do that on your opponent's end phase in case you draw 2. Use the first one on your own end phase, and then the second one again on your opponent's end phase. However, you can whiff, unfortunately, and your opponent can play around that relatively well by just setting a bunch of cards, so that you never really get much value with this card. If you only excavate one and it's not a trap card, well, you're screwed. You went to -1 for nothing. And the thing about trap decks is that they usually have better options to, like, tutor out or surge their trap cards, but going first in, like, maybe Eldritch or something, this might be, like, not too bad. However, again, you have to do something about a trap card. It can't just be a floodgate, because you're gonna lose it on the next end phase. And it's not necessarily the best value for you, unless you know for a fact that you can kill next turn. So the majority of the time, you're gonna be getting trap cards that can be used right away. Maybe different Dimension Ground, Dimensional Barrier, Lich the Scarlet Sanguine, etc. So this card doesn't suck too much. I think there might be some cool plays, but it's not, like, incredibly broken. And finally, speaking of trap cards, this card might actually be one of the most interesting cards I will be reviewing today, and I think maybe it might deserve its own video. So this one is a Trap Track, very reminiscent to Trap Trick. You can only activate one card with this card's name once per turn, target one monster you control, destroy it, and if you do, set one normal trap card from your deck except Trap Track. It can be activated this turn, quite literally. Also, you can only activate one trap card for the rest of the turn after this card resolves. That is quite literally the exact same effect of Trap Trick, but instead of, you know, banishing a normal trap card and then getting the same normal trap card, you have to be destroying a monster you control. And it has the exact same drawback, and it has to be a normal trap card, not like any trap card. So you can't get Floodgates. You can only really get whatever Trap Trick can fetch you. And those cards are good, of course, but I don't know, like, is this card, like, unless you're playing a trap deck that really benefits off of destroying your own cards, I don't think this is really going to be seeing much play. Like, obviously in Trap Tricks, this card definitely sucks because you'd rather play, like, Trap Trick in Trap Tricks, ironically. Are you really trying to destroy Sarah? I don't think so. And it's also an and if you do, so like you have to successfully destroy your own monster. So you can't just destroy like your own monsters that would be unaffected by trap cards. It will not work. And what else? I guess like if you're playing Yang Zing, but who's playing Yang Zing? Nobody. What other deck can really benefit off of destroying your own monsters? I'm really trying to think. If you guys have any ideas, let me know in the comment section below. And also let me know how you feel about these new cards. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace.